Hi everybody, it's Pam with Silver and Sparkles. I'm back with another one-page wonder. You guys seem to like them and I sure have fun making them. So this is a simple folio and it's a little bit different size, I think. It's made with 12 by 12 paper. Just had a loose ribbon closure and it opens up like this, like that. And then this opens and we've got a nice big tuck spot, and I made mine because I wanted to be able to hold bunches of little bits and pieces. I think this one would be really fun as a gift to give somebody with little tiny pictures and things like that. You certainly could add journaling spaces. I just decorated these two panels and added some inspirational words, that kind of thing. But again, lots of options to customize it. I did 4 staggered shallow pockets. You could definitely do a deeper pocket. There's some other things we could do. I wanted to use up as much of the 12 by 12 paper as I could, and that's one of the reasons I did the pockets that way. This was the only piece left that I didn't use, so we'll see how we do with this one. Maybe we'll come up with a different idea to use the last little piece, but let me show you how to make it. So the first thing you need is a piece of 12 by 12 scrapbook paper, and mine is double-sided. That makes it a little easier for decorating. I will put the measurements and the scoring in the description for you guys, so you don't have to worry about that. It'll be there. Okay, so first take your 12 by 12 paper and cut it 7.5 inches. So you have a piece that is 7.5 by 12. It's the base of the folio. And then take the piece that is now 4.5 inches by 12 and cut it on that 12-inch side at 7.5 inches. That's going to make our tall tuck spot. And then you have this piece left, and this is what I used to make those little pockets, and we can decide how we want to use that. You could also use other papers to help, with your pockets and things. Okay, we are going to do just a little bit of scoring. So let me grab my scoreboard. And the first thing we're going to do is score the 12 by 7.5 piece. And the first score is at 3 inches. And then we're going to score at 6.5 and then at 10 inches. Okay, so 3, 6.5, and 10. All right, and then the next one we're gonna score is the piece that is 4.5 inches by 7.5 inches. And this one gets scored on the 4.5 inch side at 2 inches, just like that. And that's it, easy. It's another easy peasy. All right, so now I just want to fold my papers on my score lines. And this is older paper that I had in my stash. It is a little prone to cracking. I probably should have scored on both sides to help with that, but we're just gonna go with it because I didn't. It looks like it did okay so far. Isn't that pretty? So this is going to be the front of our folio. And then actually this flap needs to fold back just like that, because that's that piece that's going to go like this. Okay. And then this piece we need to fold on that 2-inch score. Okay. And then, to remind myself what I did, I think I had it this way. I think so. All right, you're gonna fold it, and I just switched it based on the pattern of my paper because it's gonna close like this, and we're gonna get, again, kind of that little bit of a waterfall look, right? 3 layers. 1, this is gonna be glued down, but you see it from the front. 2, 3. And all of this will be glued down and then it's going to open up, okay? And I did decorate with some pattern paper because we had, you know, those two patterns side by side. But we'll get to that in just a minute. So I do want to ink mine just a little. I'm going to use my walnut stain and just give it a little bit of distressing. Not too worried about a lot. I am not going to distress here because I'm not sure I really even want to see that seam. This whole thing's going to get glued down, and then the pocket is this portion. So, okay. And we can come back through later and do even more inking. Inking's always optional, but it does help you guys, I think, see a little bit if I ink some of the fold lines so you can see where I'm lining things up at. Okay, so all we have to do is install this piece, and again, I want to have that effect. I don't want to bring it all the way over. I want to leave a little bit of this pattern showing. So I'm just making sure it's lining up. And I'm going to add my glue to this entire panel right here. Wow. And trying to be neat, but get enough kind of close to the edge because we're gluing it down. All right, and again, I'm eyeballing. If you want to, you could mark it to make sure you like how you, you know, the little margin that you left there. But I decided to eyeball mine. And just make sure that gets stuck down really well. That looks pretty, don't you think? And again, I can add more ink as I go, but. All right, and then that opens like this. Now, I guess you could leave that as another little flip if you wanted to, almost like a gatefold to open up. But I'm going to turn mine into that tuck spot. So I'm going to just add glue to the bottom and to the top. And now I will have that nice, tall tuck spot. And you don't really even notice that seam there. Okay? Look at that. Now it's just decorating. Super fun. Let's think about the pockets. I consider that kind of decorating. Now, if I remember correctly, this panel and this panel are each approximately, you know, right at 3.5 inches wide. A little less if you know, count the fold. And then this one is right at 3 inches wide. So that kind of impacts this 4.5 inch by 4.5 inch square that I have and what I can do. One thing that might be fun is to cut it to 3.5 by 3.5 and then do like 2 angled pockets, and then you can put large things in. And then we'd have a few little pieces as well. Why don't we do that? Now, all I did for the original, if you like those 4 pockets, is I cut this to 3.5 inches, and I was able to get 3 pockets, and then the strip that was left, I cut it to 3.5 inches, and then that's how I ended up with that one little square. Okay, but this one, let's try. I'm going to do it 3 1/4, and that gives me a little bit larger strips to play with too, because I'll still have these 2 we can try to do something with. And then I'm just going to cut my square on the diagonal to get 2 little triangle pockets that will tuck very cutely in. The other idea is you can put them both on one panel, but I think I'm going to do mine like that, and so we'll have big spaces. And then I could use one even as like a little pocket like that. And we could use this maybe to decorate with. Why don't we do that? Okay. So again, I try to remind you guys when you're recreating projects, go ahead and change up. You know, if you know you want to use it for a specific purpose or a larger pocket space, you know, would work better for you, or if you know you've got all kinds of little itsy bits and pieces, than, you know, those smaller pockets. Lots of options, but it definitely gives you extra space in your journals, you know, by having these types of little folios. So fun. And I think for people then that explore these art journals, junk journals, you know, whatever you're making, it definitely gives you that added interest to have things to explore. A lot of people say, yeah, but what do you do with it? And I've had people comment, and I agree. Sometimes just having pretty things, that's enough of a reason to create, right? And to have these things in our lives and express ourselves artistically, all the good feels, right? But a lot of people want things to have function. And I think a lot of the things I create do some of both, right? It's just to have, you know, it's pretty things that we can appreciate. Just adding glue to two sides of this triangle so I can put it down as a pocket, leaving the diagonal open. You know, I think it serves kind of a purpose if you're a journaler or you like to give handmade gifts, or you'd like to do something like this, like I said, instead of like a card or something special for a birthday or a baby shower or wedding shower, any of that kind of stuff, right? All right. That was kind of fun. And then I think I'll put this one on this side, just randomly deciding, and I'll leave that one for taller things. Not that this one can't accommodate some tall things as well. And if I wanted to, I could use this piece, you know, just cut it down and have that one little square left. But I'm thinking, you know, maybe we'll even, let's see what other paper we decorate with. I might just make a little tuck spot that goes sideways. I don't know. All right, super cute. So I am in the process of designing a new paper kit. It's not ready. It's not even close to being ready. But these florals that you see are part of it. These are, and they're probably going to come as, you know, full 8.5 by 11 pages. I just printed these like at a 5 by 7 size. And I also intend to have hopefully some fussy cuts if I can get them to do what I want them to. So I just was playing with some of my test prints, and we're gonna keep doing that. Like I said, I have these two out, and then fussy cuts, but I've also cut a bunch of them out that we can maybe decorate with too. So that's really all I'm playing with. If you guys have a suggestion for a name for a kit like this that'll have some floral patterns and you know, some flower fussy cuts, that kind of thing, send me your ideas. I love when you guys share your ideas with me. So I'm going to do this kind of like I did the other one because I thought it was kind of fun how it turned out. So I'll just show you that. These are 5 by 7. My folio is 7.5 inches tall, so it leaves about 1/4 inch around, and I'm okay with that. So I'm going to just use my ruler, tear a piece, and we'll layer this one here. Again, just to give some pops of color. I do really like the scrapbook paper too, though. It's always fun when you have things in your stash and you're like, I really like that. I haven't used it and I want to. Sometimes I have papers that are not my favorite. I thought that would probably be a pretty good video, like how to use up some of those 12 by 12 papers that aren't our favorites. It would probably be a project where you're planning to already do a lot of layering, and that would probably work really well. Okay, and then I'm going to tear a piece to go on this panel right there, and then this piece we'll just decorate this pocket with like I did the other, just to kind of break it all up. All right, so a little bit of ink. So I tend to, when I'm I'm still new at making digitals, and I tend to go, to a lot of flowers because that's what I really love to craft with. And I know they're not everybody's thing, but I think I'm going to put it this way. I definitely love flowers, and I think, I also love the vintagey style. So, hand in hand. Because I think flowers and vintage and all of that is perfect together. I did try to start playing with some different colors and, have, some bright colors and things to go in as well. Okay, this last strip, it ended up with quite a bit of the white there. I'm just going to kind of trim it off and then ink it, and it'll be fine. All right. So welcome everybody. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video. I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate it. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you'll hang out some with us and have fun. Now, here's the question. Do I want to bring it, to the edge to see it, or do I want it to be a surprise? I did let the pink peek through here. I'm thinking not. I think I'm going to bring it more to this end. No, maybe just to right there, and we'll see what happens. I think it'll still be hidden. I definitely, when it's like this, I like it more to this edge, if that makes sense. We'll see what happens. Whatever happens will be okay. All right. Whatever happens will be okay. Whoops, I'm gonna bring it up some. Yeah, that looks cute. Yeah, there's just like a tiny sliver, and it's okay. All right, what do I want to do for the front? This little blue flower was kind of speaking to me, but ooh, there is a lot of pink. So maybe this is almost the same color, like a corally kind of pink. And I did use a sticker I have here on my desk along this edge right there. So let me see if any of these would look cute. They're not as tall, but I was thinking if I picked one of these and then had the, the flowers a little more maybe centered than the other one. Let's use this green one. Why not? Let's try it. All right. This is a total eyeball. I hope I get it straight. That wasn't too bad, was it? It looks almost the same distance. Sometimes when you measure, it makes it even, for me, even a little more challenging because then I'm so worried about getting it exactly precise. And when I eyeball it, I'm like, oh yeah, good enough. Good enough. I like it. All right, I'm gonna bring this to about right there because I am gonna do a ribbon on this one as well. Cute. So it's got a little bit of that blue there, and then it's just putting some things in here. And I didn't really prepare things to go in these big pockets. Some of the little fussy cuts could certainly go in that pocket. But I'm not going to worry about stuffing the pockets right now. Oh, we could put some words down, though. Maybe we'll do that real quick. So I have a variety of just these. So let me see. I don't even know if I want one on the front. I really don't want to cover up that green. It's so pretty. Let's see about some of the pink ones. Ooh, I like this. Darling, you are a work of art. It's almost purple, but that's okay. It's like a lavender. There we go. Darling, you are a work of art. Oh, I had talked about this too. Well, you know what? I am going to put it right there for right now. What I was thinking is, well, it might be cute there, but I think things are going to end up flipping out of there. Is it might be like a nice little tuck spot, but I don't want to cover up the words I just put on. You think about that, and you can do yours, whatever floats your boat and makes you happy. Okay? So let's see. And how about a practice kindness? This one I'm going to just, again, randomly placing these. There we go. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it like that. And you guys can see what you have in your stash to help you decorate yours and stuff yours full of little tiny treasures. I love that flower too. That would have been pretty. It has a little bit of purple. Okay, and again, if you have ideas for a floral kit with some background papers and a little bit of ephemera, let me know if that's something you have a creative name for. Oh, let's put a piece of ribbon. All right, I've got one more piece of this. I also have, ooh, let's do the green on this one. Let's see. I don't know if it's long enough to go around 3 times or twice, kind of like I did the other one, but we'll try. May not be enough to tie a cute little bow. I need to dye some more seam binding. I haven't done any in ages, but I keep using it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to, let's try this. This might work. Let me bring it over to the edge. And if not, I'm just gonna tie it and not worry about it. Can also just do a really loose knot, but the chances of it getting pulled tight, here we go. It's not great, but we'll tie this one and you'll see what it's supposed to look like. I mean, how cute, right? When you have enough ribbon. I just need to make myself some more green ribbon. I used a lot of it, even kind of that lighter shade at Christmas. So, of the green. So I just need to make myself some more in some different colors. Okay, cute. I'm happy with them. I hope you are too. I hope you like them. And we'll make one. Let me know. Leave me a comment, a thumbs up, all those things. And if you haven't already, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks, guys.